Tarot pick a card reading. How to use Mercury retrograde to manifest using law of attraction. Let's find out. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Granny B. Oh no, Mercury retrograde. That means chaos. The thing is though, if that's how we react to Mercury retrograde, then that's what we'll get by the law of attraction. This tarot picker card reading is focusing on personal advice on how you can use the Mercury retrograde energy to positively affect the manifestations coming in for you. And this reading will always be relevant coming into a Mercury retrograde whenever you're drawn to watch it. Just quickly before I get into the reading itself, any extra information that you need is down in the description box below. And if there's any more that you need to know, you can always leave a comment and ask me. Right, so I've got 3 piles of cards here. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. And I've got the crystal deck, the stone deck. And I'm going to shuffle that and I'm going to pull 3 crystal cards, 1 for each pile for you to tune into to help you pick a pile that's the reading that's relevant to you. So, can I have a crystal card for Group 1, please? Ooh, I can. That's green calcite. Thank you very much. Can I have a crystal card for Group 2, please? Crystal card. You've got Obsidian. Can I have a crystal card for Group 3, please? Crystal card. Nope. Crystal card. Oh, obviously it is. Vanadinite. Thank you very much. So we have Group 1 with the green calcite, Group 2 with the obsidian, and Group 3 with Vanadinite, which I have to admit I'd never heard of before. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. So make your choice and then go down into either the description box below or the pinned comment and pick the timestamp that relates to the reading that you've chosen. Hello Group 1 and welcome to your reading. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. So, green calcite. What it is, green calcite is the emo, honest to a fault, believes in storybook endings, tree hugger of the calcite family. Who needs it? Anyone who finds themselves in the forest of doubt without a map, Libras. Where to put it? Against your chest when making important decisions regarding how you want to spend the finite precious time you have on earth. When to use it? When your heart is asking for something but you, aren't listening. The heart wants what it wants, the mind wants what it wants, what it thinks the heart should want. Call on the energy of green calcite to nudge that push and pull in the heart's favour. Live out your heart's desire. It's a beautiful stone. Right. Starting with the Spellcaster Tarot, and I asked that deck for the general energy around you, what's happening to you, for you, coming into the retrograde. The Fool. A new beginning, a leap of faith, And that's not something you traditionally want to be at the point of in Mercury retrograde. So I can see that might cause you a little bit of trepidation around it. Says the woman who started her tarot channel bang smack in Mercury retrograde. The Fool is all about spontaneity too. There's a going with the flow energy that I get here. That's not really a traditional part of the meaning of the card. I feel strongly that this is good though. There may be some fear from the past holding you back, but the Fool energy here is positive. Five of Pentacles. This is the lack mindset. Fear of not having enough leading you to scraping by with only just enough. The energy of robbing Peter to pay Paul, Mr. McCorber wincing every time you look at your budget. Alongside the Fool card, it may be making you wonder if this new start, new opportunity is going to eat up more of your resources for no return. Although I and the cards can't tell you what to do, I do think that this energy needs to be released. I think that there's a message here to look back at how far you've come and look at all you have rather than focusing on what you want that isn't here yet. Three of Swords. Disappointment, a heartbreak, feeling let down and lost and alone. This is past energy, something that's already happened. I always feel that this energy makes us feel like, why bother? Nothing seems to be worth the emotional fallout. It's better to stay put and do nothing than risk that sort of hurt again. Emotions lie to us, though. They tell us that we gain from them by holding on what we only ever actually get when we let them go, to paraphrase Hal Dwoskin. The only way to not get hurt again is to let the energy of the past hurt go, release it with love, learn from it and move on. Eight of Wands. Things will start to move again. Again, I'm getting go with the flow. Don't be afraid to let things move and show up at the right time in the right way. And yeah, don't try and force it. I'm getting something long term that's been tied up in knots is going to get resolved unexpectedly. There's that back to the past to resolve it energy that Mercury retrograde brings us, opening the way to that new full potential. Going with the flow doesn't mean not taking action here, but when the time to take action arrives, you'll know you'll be doing what needs to be done before you think about it. Temperance. A pause before action. No, I'm not meaning the calm before the storm, not at all. I see no storm to be calm for. What I'm seeing is a pause, a time out, a rebalancing of energies and priorities. Getting your head straight. There may be a way for you to take two very different things and blend them into a harmonious whole here. And I don't know how that will resonate for you. I get the messages and I pass them on. I also get the feeling that this Fool energy seems to be a change of direction for you that didn't gel in with where your long-term plans seem to be taking you. It will get you where you intend to be, so again, go with it. Take the balanced approach, though. Queen of Cups, water sign energy, divine feminine. This is either your energy or someone coming in for you in the short-term future. 8 weeks I'm getting using traditional tarot timing, but it could be 8 days or 8 months. This queen, remember, that's either you or someone coming in. She supports, she cares, she nurtures. That's not gender specific to who we're tuning into. It's just the card that's the she. She feels deeply, intuitively in touch with her own emotions and not letting outside emotions overwhelm her. Like she's covering her cup with her hand in that gesture that politely indicates that she doesn't need a refill. She fills her cup herself, internally. Intuitively, she knows exactly what to do, and she's got the ability to tune into that inner guidance. Wheel of the Year Tarot, which I asked to clarify all this for us and give us some advice. Three of Pentacles. Teamwork and collaboration on something new. Steady progress when you work as part of a team. This is the beginning of putting that Fool energy into action. The initial stages, and this is something creative, something that's going to feel like hard work, but it'll bring learning and growth. This is having a plan and the resources, which includes other people. That's going a long way towards helping with fear. So find your team. Strength. You haven't been feeling it, but you are stronger than you think. I think you're looking for any reason at all to do any of the mundane tasks around you right now. Yeah, you are stronger than you think. You have more influence on what's going on around you than you think. I just got a mental image of someone turning a heavy spotlight round to focus in a different direction. This is also about acting from love and compassion rather than reacting from fear and sorrow. You will get past that Three of Swords completely. And with the Fool energy and the Three of Pentacles and Temperance, you will have the chance to find your reason to do it. Seven of Wands. Yeah, this is the flood. Here you have the team and the strength to overcome any obstacles. The beginning of positive self-affirming events that move you forward under this Eight of Wands. I just heard haters gonna hate, but that it's just not going to affect you. A challenge to a creative project from an outside source, but you have it, you got it, the team and the plan and the strength. It's a pimple. You got this. Having got it and got through it, it boosts your confidence and gives you some extra oomph in the whole process. Like, these are not the droid's hand wave and oh my god, it worked. Ten of Cups. Yeah, you got this. The energy around you coming into this Mercury retrograde is putting you in a better place at the end of it. Taken in this right way, the one speed bump in the process over the next 8 weeks or so there is simply to give you the feeling of accomplishment having overcome it, and to raise your vibration, to put you into this happy Ten of Cups energy. Really lovely, nice, happy energy. There's also a hefty dose of good team spirit in the energy of this card in this deck. So whoever this team is here, this family, they all grow with you through this. Next I asked the Fairy Tarot, what are the blocks to manifesting in the energy of the Mercury retrograde? The Star. Ha! You're afraid to hope for the best in case you get hit by that disappointment again. I feel that over the last few years, whenever you got your vibe high, bang, something came along, blew your world up and shattered that high happy energy for you. No matter how deep you went in meditation, no matter how much you shone your light, it was tower moment after tower moment. You're coming out of that energy. I do feel that as much really good stuff has happened for you as really bad, but it is easier to focus on the negative. Accentuate the positive. Try to be grateful for everything you have rather than dwelling on what's no longer with you. You are coming out of challenging times now. The Empress, again, a call to action. You really don't want to roll your sleeves up and crack on with this new beginning. Doing the chores and tasks that have to be done, shouldering the load again, but it is going to get easier and flow again. This relates back to the Three of Pentacles and the Strength card there. You've made plans, and again this confirms that this is a creative project, and now is the time to put that into action. Ten of Autumn. This puts the financial security under that Ten of Cups there. So what might be blocking you here is that need for financial stability and security, and not making that your only focus. Money will flow in as a side effect when you're doing the things you truly intend to do. You might be feeling that in order to do the things you truly do intend to do, that is not honouring your past, the hurt and the losses somehow. The universe, and that includes the energy of everyone we've ever loved, truly desires for us to be happy. Even the people around you who might not be making you feel that right now, Seven of Wands, their higher selves want that for you too. Three of Springs, yes, long-term plans and goals that you feel that you can't work towards yet. Mercury retrograde here might just throw into focus the need for patience, that it is a long-term thing you're asking for, and that the short-term involves getting down and dirty in the nitty-gritty of chopping wood and fetching water. There is work to be done, action to be taken, that doesn't seem to be matching where you eventually want to end up. But the universe is saying, trust, have faith, the star there. This is all taking you in the right direction. I asked the Angel Tarot how we can use Mercury in retrograde energy to move forward here. Ten of Water. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationship. Flow that gratitude and love out there. I mean, really flow it. You can trust your relationships, and that includes your relationship with Spirit, the universe, God, angels, higher self, spirit guides, ancestors, whatever you call the power out there that is really just an extension of you in there. If you use this Mercury retrograde time of pausing and reflecting and reevaluating to really ground deep in that universal love and gratitude, you will tap in. You will be able to flow this. The Emperor. Organisation and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. You can use the logical side of your mind to dig into all of the emotions too. Is it logical to hold on to things that have hurt you? Abraham Hicks tells us that this is like keeping a hand on a hot stove. It doesn't serve us, it just hurts us. Getting your head straight, applying logic to the totally illogical. You have what it takes to lead, and you can balance looking at the details of what needs to be done every day with looking at these longer term intentions. Justice. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Deep down you know the right thing to do here. It's just your fears and reactions to past hurts that are stopping you, holding you in limbo. You may be reacting to other people's opinions too. That's a no-win situation. If you reject their opinion, you're still giving it power by resisting it. If you accept it and change as a result, then it also gives it power. The best way is to remain neutral to it and ask yourself if it's good, kind, from love, relevant to the whole situation. If all of that is no, simply ignore it. There's a difference though. The one situation, if you feel that the advice is from love or a random message from higher self being delivered to you from the universe, then that's different. But you know when that happens because it chimes in your head. Balance. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise wait for perfect timing. Yeah. You need to get back on an even keel and act from that love and gratitude, that 10 of Cups, rather than this 3 of Swords, hurt and sorrow. This is the ability to act appropriately to the energy of the present moment, having used the Mercury retrograde to go back and release these old hurts. Be open to differing points of view, be able to balance them. Points of view about details aren't all that important anyway, looking at the bigger picture in this Emperor energy. It doesn't matter how the chores get done as long as they're done. I asked the everyday witch cards to tell us how to get to the most positive outcome possible. The Hanged Man. Take time out to pause and reflect and change your perspective on whatever all of this is. You might feel stuck between going for what you really want to achieve and having to take on this new direction that doesn't feel related to it. That could be the universe giving you the opportunity to let go of what you really want long term so that it can begin to manifest for you, especially if you've been sitting in that 5 of Pentacles energy of noticing the lack of it. Nine of Swords. Yup, these fears and worries, this 3 o'clock in the morning wide-eyed worry, this isn't real. Things are not that bad right now. That 3 of Swords hit and went. The worst has happened and is over. Don't stay in the energy of expecting that to happen again. Release it and move on from it. This is the dawn. There's a bird in the window. Good things are just ahead of you now. And get some sleep. I heard that clearly. Eight of Swords. We seem to be going backwards here. Mercury retrograde. Because the cards are underlining this message. You are not trapped. You are not stuck. The ties that bind you are loose enough for you to get out of. And these swords have gaps in. You can get out. Again, we have a bird here for hope. Both of these cards tie in with the star there. Your hopes are so tied in with your fears that you can't see past the fear towards manifesting the hopes and dreams and wishes here. Ten of Cups. Look, it only gets better than this with the Sun, really. This is the energy that you can get to if you can get past these fears and reactions to the past that are stopping you flowing in this good energy. Gratitude and love leading to pure joy, a perfect day, prosperity of the heart. There is teamwork here, as there always is, a connection with others, that happy pitching in of a contented, connected whole that makes the everyday effort seem worth it. I'm hearing the song, Just a Perfect Day. Okay, Energy Oracle card to close out the reading. The Sun. What was I just saying? Come on. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative. Yeah, sorry. It was just playing so clear in my head there. This card shines a golden glow over this entire reading. It is beautiful, and you do have the key to making this Mercury retrograde work entirely in your favour and flow the ultimate positive outcome from it. I mean, you could even say it doesn't get much better than that. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. And even that's a little too negative. You don't have to fear the fears. The 8 and 9 of Swords here. You just have to release them. Tell them that they have no power over you. Blow that house of cards over. Be yourself to the absolute core of your soul and shine that light, because the world really needs people like you, have been through the bad times, shining this light for others to follow. Group 1, I love it. Lovely, powerful, positive energy, and a fantastic way to use Mercury retrograde to pause, reflect, release, and return to balance. Thank you for sharing that with me. If you liked the reading, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. While you're here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you get a message whenever I upload a new pick a card reading like this one. Right now, I'm going to move on to Group 2. So, bye now, Group 1. Love and blessings to you. Group 2, hello and welcome to your reading. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So you chose Obsidian. What it is, Obsidian is a black volcanic glass. Before the internet, before AI, before kitten food delivering drones, like way back, early Homo sapiens were getting it done with obsidian tools. Capable of holding an extremely sharp edge, obsidian scalpels are used in surgeries today. Who needs it? Anyone looking to cut out negative people and patterns from their lives. Scorpios. Where to put it? In your pocket, like a concealed weapon against bad vibes. When to use it? When thinking positively seems out of the question, when dark forces are at work, dig in, arm yourself with obsidian and throttle back. And the mantra is protect your soul. Starting with the Spellcaster's Tarot, and I asked that deck for the general energy, everything that's happening around you coming into this retrograde. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady earth sign energy that is making progress towards material wealth and stability. Yeah, the issue here is that Mercury retrograde could put stones in your road and make you feel frustrated when your carefully laid plans get delayed by those outside influences. It could just be that this is the mundane stuff that we all have to shovel, all suddenly taking more time and effort to get through, instead of just being got on with, done and dusted. Everything takes longer. You've got this though. We're going to find out how here. Page of Cups, yeah. Balancing between your mundane tasks that are necessity and your creative tasks that are your fun and flow. There could be the beginnings of a new creative offer here, held back by the feeling that everything's going haywire around you. Someone could offer you something here, something unexpectedly good. Trust your intuition and go with the flow. The Magician. This is you creating your intentions and manifesting them like a boss, directing your energies into flowing your future perfectly, taking the old inspired actions. Now, I'm not dissing that. You really are, with both that Knight and that Page energy here. But, and I can hear the tire screech as the brakes go on, the Magician is Mercury energy. And it looks like one of the energies around you is everything going nuts when Mercury goes backwards. It doesn't have to be that way. Magician energy works perfectly with Mercury retrograde if we respect the change in the energy. The infinity symbol related with the Magician isn't obvious on this card in this deck. But that symbol, that figure 8 on its side, you know the one I mean? It's flow in both directions, forward and back, looping around on itself. Mercury energy is used to the retrograde. It's a natural part of the cycle. We do need to go back over things and work out if they're the right things to intend for, and if we're intending for them in that right mindset, putting out the right vibration. Wheel of Fortune. Things are on the up for you right now. You have been working at a pretty good level, and you've got some positive manifestations coming in, or at least the signs and synchronicities that point to them. This could also be a turning point of some sort, a shift in energy and perspective that lets everything roll in much more easily. This card also suggests, especially with the Magician here, that your inner guidance is working perfectly. You know everything I'm telling you here, and you also know that your own fears of Mercury retrograde derailing your manifestations are the one thing that could really do it. King of Pentacles. Yeah, you're in place to move along at your steady, happy to be working Knight of Pentacles energy through using this Magician energy to manifest in the Wheel of Fortune energy that takes you into the King, the culmination of the Pentacles deck, where you've manifested the financial stability and the strong foundations. You're on track, on the path, in the right energy, and chipping away at the tasks that will get you to this. This could be an earth sign man coming in for you. Older, wiser, secure, gives good advice. I do feel for most of you here this is your energy. The moon, yeah, you do know, intuitively, deep down, but your surface fears are stopping you from tapping into it. You have to remember that everything is happening for you here, not to you. Mercury retrograde energy is not sent by a capricious universe to trip you up. This is not Lokian energy, unless you believe it is, and then you're right there too, come on. No, this is a natural rhythm of the planets. It happens at least twice a year, and we have to learn to work with it, not fear it and let it work against us. I asked the Wheel of the Year Tarot to clarify and give us some advice. The Fool. I don't think this is so much the new starts here, although it could be for a few of you. What I'm feeling is that this is the right energy to flow. One of being willing to take a leap of faith and go with the flow, relax. Let the universe sort out the kinks in the plans and the manifestations. This is the pure impulse of a manifestation before the Magician energy gives it form. You've already put what you want out there. It's just a case of allowing it in, being in this open, unbiased acceptance of whatever comes along as being on the path of getting to where you want to be, so you can go rolling down the canyon amongst the butterflies and straight into your manifestations. Five of Cups. There's no point whatsoever in crying over spilt milk at the best of times, but I'm clearly hearing that the milk hasn't spilt, and perhaps it never will, and on top of that you're worrying that it might will only mean that it does. Yeah, does that make sense? Magician energy, strong manifesting powers, and a worrywart under Mercury retrograde is not a good combination. Add into that, if this milk does spill, then it was supposed to. Accept that it has and looked for what's still there. What's gone wasn't needed. With so much abundance around her, this girl can refill all of her cups. And anyway, usually on this card, it's 2 cups spilt and 3 left full. All is not lost. However you look at it, it's however you look at it, and it is how you look at it that matters. Two of Cups. So there's either a love interest or a partnership of some other kind lurking at the back of this. Maybe it's a specific person. It's soulmate energy. Look, it doesn't matter if Mercury is stationed retrograde or doing the conga. You can still get a text message, a phone call, or an email. Remember that this card only ever turns up for mutual attraction, but don't stretch that to make it fit. From the wealth building perspective, this is a good partnership where you create synergy with each other, working to and from each other's strengths. I have to interpret that way, as it's clarifying the King of Pentacles here and the Moon there. Or that this is what you'll manifest when you get your reaction to the retrograde sorted and you're seeing clearly, or perhaps even both of those things. Princess of Wands, she's the page in most decks. She's young fire sign energy, waiting for something here. She's passionate, creative, interested in movement forward, and that includes travel. All of the physical sides that Mercury retrograde can be seen to mess up. This is also the card of communication at a distance, and I'm seeing clearly here that there will be unexpected communication to do with something from the past that you thought would never happen that will now move forward. Mercury retrograde bringing a resolution of issues from the past that still needed to be cleared up. Who knew, right? I asked the Fairy Tarot, what are the blocks to manifesting in the energy of Mercury retrograde right now? Princess of Spring, here she is again, this time as a block. So it could be waiting for this chance, this full energy, to go after something that you're passionate about. I'm feeling that the brakes have been put on. You can let your creative mind take flight though. Mercury retrograde is great for meditation and visualization. The universal wires don't get crossed. Clear intentions with feelings, as if, in present moment centered awareness, always gives positive results. It's that simple. Sometimes eventually and after some speed bumps, but all you need is a little faith that the things you intend for could happen, possibly, for someone, somewhere. Faith the size of a mustard seed. Four of Winter. Taking time out, meditation, letting the whole thing go for a bit. You're holding on so tight to plans and trying so hard to make dogged steps forward under the weight of all your negative expectations. That's under the retrograde, that's not going with the flow. Your negative expectations are probably causing a great deal of the resistance. The energy feels heavy, dragging, slow. You might be trying too hard, and you, as a master magician manifester, you know better than that. You aren't seeing clearly in this energy though, and that's fine. You are having a human experience. Six of Spring. Yep. What you want is the breakthrough, the victory, for things to actually start to flow instead of trudge. You're making good, steady progress building these foundations. Earth energy is solid. It takes more time to build it. Wands energy here is fast and passionate and full speed ahead. The answer is to take that Four of Winter pause. That way you can get ahead again when your fears aren't holding you back and have that breakthrough. Eight of Winter. No, you are not powerless. There is only one thing that you ever have complete control of. The one thing you can do is choose how you react. Do you let your fears control you here, or do you choose not to? Take the time you need to get your head and your heart back on the same team, get your intentions straight, and then you can flow forward through the inspired actions that seem easy and effortlessly when they flow. Or do you stay trudging along, doggedly determined to move against the flow and change the earth energy by forcing more earth energy in? There has to be a balance here. I asked the Angel Tarot how we can now use the Mercury and retrograde energy to move us forward. Five of Air. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. I'm not sure that it was an unwise choice, just perhaps thinking out of fear and not love. Either way, yeah, there's a learning opportunity here. You've got this. Your energy is generally good. And I think your main motive to be reviewed, which is a good way to use Mercury retrograde. In review, that's your motivation. Are you creating out of a fear of lack? Or are you creating from love and abundance and gratitude? Because that's the energy to flow here. Ten of Fire. Efforting doesn't work. Too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. Grubbing away trying to shoulder the burdens to make things happen, will it into being, that's not our job. The universe does that much better than we ever can. Inspired action out of allowing the universe to take care of its part of the bargain while we concentrate on following our impulses in the Fool energy there. Too much work, too much effort. Lay down the burden and let the universe do its job. Staying in stress is not healthy either. It's not healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Abraham Hicks would say, you can't get there from here. Your vibration doesn't match what you're calling into existence. The Moon. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. Again, listen to that inner voice. Remember that the universe has infinite ways of making the thing that you want to drop into your reality pop in right now, yesterday, last week even. Become your new normal so that it has always been that way. Hidden workings under the surface that we can't even begin to comprehend. The best advice on that card here, release your fears, as well as the burdens and the stress. So not necessary, and you know this already. I'm preaching to the choir here. Two of Water. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness. The positive resolution of a conflict. Yeah, let that flow in. That soul connection, that partnership. At the end of the struggle between head and heart as they both become into alignment, have a look at the Heart Maths Institute stuff on brain-heart coherence. This is the second time that this card's shown up. I do see it being possible if you allow it to flow. A soul deep connection, either a lover or a partner in a different sense, a companion either way. An unexpected gift. That could mean clarity coming to you as a result of someone you care about saying the right thing at the right time for you. I asked the Everyday Witch cards to tell us how to get to the most positive outcome possible here. Six of Wands. So here's your victory, your breakthrough coming to you. Not resting on your laurels after the party is over. Getting yourself back up on your horse, but using the energy of your success to move forward. This feels like a manifestation popping in that's a good one, and you're really pleased with it. But it's not the big one yet, so you stop intending for the big one. No, don't do that. The little things popping is a sure sign that the big ones are on their way too. It just takes a little bit more time for you to get into alignment with them. Don't settle for less than. Say thank you and be really grateful for them, and then keep on flowing the intention out for the big things. The Tower. Something's got to give here, and I think it's your frustration that would bring everything crashing down around your ears if you stay in this efforting energy. At least you do it deliberately here with smug satisfaction or forethought. Because if this isn't what you want, then you'll need to take steps, because that's what you're manifesting with that Ten of Wands efforting, and it's very understandable. If you don't want it, change your energy. You can do that. Perhaps it's something that is meant to happen, though, in order for you to get those firm foundations. Something's got to give before your health and well-being buckle under that heavy load that you're carrying. Ten of Wands, look, I'm just telling it like it is. The cards say that you need to hear this said again in a different way. Look, she's struggling up a hill, carrying broomsticks. No reason why she shouldn't get on one and fly with the other strapped on. There has to be an easier way of doing whatever it is that has you so stressed out and rowing upstream when the universe keeps telling you that everything you want is downstream. There has to be a way that you can release this burden and let everything flow. And if you do, you get to the Ace of Pentacles. A new start, material wealth, stability, a new opportunity being offered to you, a firm foundation to build from. Not the house of sand that you feel like knocking over deliberately there. But none of this is blindsiding you. You can see where you need to give yourself a break and look for the gold linings in the cloud so that you can manifest your Pentacles energy and build it from the ground up again. Energy Oracle card. Appreciation. She has the rose in her hand and she's enjoying it, while all around her brambles and weeds are running riot. Is she worried about this? No, she's not. The brambles can't touch her unless she moves into them. The rose has thorns too, but they haven't hurt her. This is a perfect moment of appreciation, gratitude and love. That's the way to use the energy of the Mercury retrograde for you here. Group 2, you're manifesting masters. You've got this. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. While you're here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you get a message whenever I upload a new pick a card reading like this one. I'm going to move on to group 3 now, so until next time, group 2, love and blessings to you. Bye. Group 3, hello, welcome to your reading. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest. So your crystal card is Vanadinite. What it is, playful, geometric and fiery, vanadinite is a mining byproduct often sourced from America's southwest. Forms in orange to red hexagonal shaped crystals when lead ore oxidizes. Who needs it? Those lacking self-discipline. Where to put it? Vanadinite has a high lead content, so definitely not in your mouth. When to use it? When it's time to live in the moment, when you are the prime audience from a motivational speech, whether it's hard work, making art, or just a blissed out moment free from the mind's ongoing commentary on an energizing meditation with Vanadinite can help knock down whatever stands between you and your happy place. And the mantra is break through your big blocks. Starting with the Spellcaster's Tarot, I asked for the general energy around you. What's going on with you coming into the retrograde? Ace of Cups. Lovely new emotional energy here. Abundance coming in as well. Emotionally, I mean, you're flowing it out so that it flows back in. There's an offer implicit with this, something that should be acted on from that energy. This is good stuff, very heart-centered, creative too, perhaps a spark of creative inspiration. Inspired action to be taken, though. You can't expect to sit around and do nothing and get all of that dumped on you. There's a movement in an ace that needs action, not effort. Action, to bring the potential to manifest it. Mercury retrograde might feel like it will hold you back from taking that action, but it doesn't stop you flowing this energy in and then waiting for the inspiration to act later. High Priestess, yeah. Embracing your inner divine feminine and really tapping into the spiritual side of that. I think this is something you've been working on for a good long time. Being very in touch with your intuition and inner guidance. I feel that you know deep down that there's more to this Ace of Cups here than meets the eye on first glance. That this is the beginning of something big. Intuitively, you feel you could tap into that offer, that new beginning, or even in that deepening of gratitude and love that the card represents as a key to moving yourself forward, to feel into this rather than trying to think it through. The King of Wands, passionate, fire sign, masculine energy, tempered with wisdom and experience. This is either you or someone who you're flowing in, and it's not gender specific. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Here's the masculine to balance the divine feminine of the High Priestess there. He's an entrepreneur, a leader. So you're either really well yin-yanged and flowing both beautifully, or calling in this wonderful counterpart to help you move forward here. Nine of Wands, you don't give up, do you? There's been a struggle around you, and I feel that you are through the worst of it. This is the final stretch, the home straight, nearly there. The Mercury retrograde coming in to delay the end feels like it might be a hurdle too far, though. You mark a line and you stand your ground, because there are lines that you can't let people cross right now. Your personal boundaries are perfectly reasonable and natural for you to defend. Yeah, you're in the right here. The only caveat I'd give that is to make sure you don't overreact. Feel into the situation and use that intuition, because you might not be seeing clearly if your buttons are being pushed. The Emperor. And as I looked at the card, I heard the patriarchy quite clearly. Look, sage energy is as valid as crone energy. The yin and the yang have to be balanced, whatever flavor your gender or sexual expression is. Masculine sage energy can be a little rigid, set in its ways. But the Emperor embodies the energy of all the kings, so he is wise and kind and honest and trustworthy. He also has passion for life. So an appeal from the heart might reach him even if you think it wouldn't. This is breadwinner energy, the feeling of providing for others, giving time and energy to make other people's lives easier. There are restrictions here. He represents law and order and the social norm, but these rules are laid down with love. Two of Cups. That's a partnership at the soul level, perhaps a relationship, especially with the Ace of Cups here. Coming into alignment between High Priestess and King of Wands, or High Priestess and Emperor. or even both separately. Like agreeing with your dad that the King of Wands is the right one. And yeah, that sounds a little archaic, but it's the kind of energy I'm feeling here. It's reaching an agreement, balancing yin and yang, using the Mercury retrograde to go back over an old issue and resolve it. I asked the Wheel of the Year Tarot to clarify for us and give some advice. Six of Wands. Victory. Reaching a goal and achieving the success of recognition. Yeah. Clarifying the Ace of Cups. That also feels like a whole wallop of gratitude flowing out from you. And a real sense of relief. Thank goodness for that, finally. As all that work you put in pays off. This is a milestone rather than a finish, though. There's more to do yet. Yeah, but remember that means there's more to achieve too. You can move on from whatever this is by the time Mercury goes direct again. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Oh, I do like to see this one in reverse. I think you can do a lot of releasing of old fears under this Mercury retrograde, and this is what finally allows you the resolution of the fight of the Nine of Wands. I'm not saying that the fears cause that situation at all, no, but the releasing of them may let you find the solution. They weren't really as crippling as you thought anyway. You are really so close to manifesting something brilliant here. I can just feel the edges of it. Seven of Swords. Strategize and prioritize. There might be some subterfuge going on, but I think it's more coming at things through the back door. Getting your High Priestess feminine wiles on and slipping in through the kitchen at the back of the castle rather than storming the gates. It's not wrong. It's not stealing or deceitful. It's just getting your message over in a different way. Look, you can bend the rules all you want, but under the watchful eye of the Emperor, you shouldn't even consider the thought of breaking them. I don't think you would, though. You are in integrity. Six of Swords, yeah. You're coming out of a rough time and moving towards smoother waters. This is a transition, and I think it's going to take the whole of the Mercury retrograde to come through it. But it's putting you on a good path from a good place. There's baggage being dumped here too, your own and others. Yeah, you can let go of what was holding you back. I feel that you've gone around an obstacle, got past it, and now you can move forward. I asked the Fairy Tarot, what are the blocks to manifesting in this Mercury retrograde energy? Three of Autumn. So right now you're not feeling that your creativity is able to be expressed or appreciated in your place of work. And you don't think that the Mercury retrograde is going to help that situation at all, as it's going to muck up your communication at a time when you really feel that you have to be able to communicate clearly. You don't think you can follow your passions. And another roadblock to that is going to pop the frustration. And that Nine of Wands up there, up to max. But it doesn't have to be that way. Balance. That's what you're not doing. Taking everyone's viewpoints into consideration. This balance is important. I keep seeing it. The yin-yang imbalance, not upsetting the old way of doing things by running with the new way and trashing the old. That's just going to cause more friction. Balancing the energies is much softer, general, allowing energy. That which we resist persists. I'm still not saying you're wrong here. Something was really pushing your boundaries. Just saying that coming at it from that different angle and avoiding the head-on confrontation is the smarter move. But you do have to be able to think like the Emperor as well as the High Priestess. Ace of Spring, another ace. The new start. Taking action with something that you're passionate about. I don't think you're there yet, but you want to be. And the lack of it is driving you to distraction because it feels like hurry up and wait. What you gain here is the courage to see it through using what you learned here under the Nine of Wands. This could be about career changes that you're intending to bring in. And you're just wanting the intention to fly, but you're being held back by the details. You really feel that these details that don't matter, other people or rules or regulations that are causing your barriers, and it's really frustrating. Eight of Autumn, the Craftsman's card here. A little more learning is a good idea, because there might be information that you're missing that you need to know before you can move forward with this new thing. Mercury retrograde is great for research of any sort, going back over old plans, refining them, reviewing, revising. The energy that you put out working at whatever it is that you work at that puts money in your bank account right now also comes back to you in the form of abundance. Work at the new thing that you want to flow in, but also put your full 100% into the thing that pays the bills for you, even if you hate it. I asked the Angel Tarot how we can now use this Mercury and retrograde energy to move forward. Awakening, absolutely, Bob. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. That could sum up the whole of the Mercury retrograde. Well, it does to me anyway. Taking the pause and the change in the collective energy and using this temporary standstill to pause and reflect from a different perspective. Meditate, make plans, reevaluate the intentions. So at the end of the retrograde, we can come out stronger and flowing in from the right energy and moving in the right direction. This is the energy of seeing the contrast there in an entirely new light. Coming at the problem from that different angle, the back door, and being able to strategize and prioritize from a perspective where you do have the power. You've taken it back using your intuition. Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. You're doing too much or trying too hard. In resistance, in fact, and trying to flow something while fighting for the right to have it. Lighten the energy here. Play with the change that you want to see. Traditionally, the Two of Pentacles has the infinity sign, the energy flowing both ways. And I see that as a slightly less immediate version of the Magician energy. It takes more energy to bring the Pentacles into material existence. It's slower, it's more sluggish. If you play with the process rather than being so serious with it, then it becomes easier to juggle two things. You can't stay at this point forever, though. Eventually, you'll have to direct that energy outwards. Stay open to the creative ideas that will allow you to move forward. Look for that new perspective. Part of this pause should include a little bit of fun. Ego, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. A little resistance in your energy that you can let go. You are not as trapped by circumstance as you believe yourself to be. Perhaps that's the new perspective that will let you move forward. Don't just intend for money either. The money will come, and you can intend for that energy to flow. But doing what you actually love to do, being in the happy energy of flowing the creativity, Eight of Autumn, it brings the money as a side effect. What do you want to do with that money? Focus on that. Flow that. Yeah, you can manifest money all day, every day you can. It's just sometimes easy to get caught up asking for the lottery win when there may be other ways of flowing the experiences that you want to use that money for to you. Queen of Water. I think this is your energy here. This deeply nurturing water sign energy. She surrounds everything she loves with this beautiful blanket of love and compassion. Trusting your intuition, flowing everything in love, deep peace of the running waves to you. That allows all of the relationships around you to get to that level of peace and trust. In that energy, you can resolve differences intuitively, bring the balance. That energy is always there, always available. It's a case of allowing it, taking the pause, drinking from that well. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. I asked the Everyday Witch cards to tell us how to get to the most positive outcome possible here in this energy. The world. This card is the best outcome possible. Culmination, completion, success. Done it. The universe wants you to know that you can get there, that it is possible, that even if it feels like you've been going around in circles or beating your head off a brick wall, following the advice here or not, you can do it your own way. Secret option 3 is always open, but you are going to get to this point. There's multiple ways that you can get to this point. They're all open to you. All you have to do is intend and flow it, because the universe here is saying yes, yes, you can. Queen of Cups again. This is you for sure, flowing that lovely, deep, loving, nurturing, creative energy, that peace and love and joy and gratitude out. Remember to nurture yourself too. Keep your cup filled, because you can't nurture from an empty cup. Self-care includes loving yourself as much as you love other people, and choosing to heal yourself, forgive yourself, nurture yourself as much as you do the same for other people. The Fool. The next card after the cycle ends with the completion of the world is the Fool, the 0 point, coming in to the new cycle. Ace of Cups, Ace of Spring, now the Fool. This is being able to move into it, taking the leap of faith with that broomstick of the Ace of Wands, Ace of Spring, to hold you up and give you the momentum. You've really got this. It's all good. Your new cycle is based on this creative Cups energy, fueled by this passionate Wands energy. You'll gain momentum towards a new cycle of completion. Three of Pentacles. Working in collaboration with other people. Creativity. A project that allows everyone to shine their strengths and support each other. Material resources too, including money, that allows this to happen. That nurturing energy that you put out, bringing people in so that what you co-create together is better than what you could all create individually. Again, this is telling me that the key to unraveling all of that contrast up here is to balance and respect the viewpoints of everyone involved. Not to resist, but to allow them to be without fighting them. The whole reading could be summed up with what we resist persists. It did feel that you were The irresistible force meeting someone else's immovable object, and the result was stalemate. A line drawn and a head-on confrontation that wasn't winnable. I'm still not saying that you were wrong. I can feel the rightness of your point of view, deeply held, perfectly reasoned, totally correct, but still not able to move for the resistance of it. Mercury retrograde has the potential to give you the insight into how to Seven of Swords the whole thing by the back door to resolve it. And I asked for an energy oracle card to give us overall and close the reading out. The world. You couldn't make this up. You have absolutely unlimited resources. To be fair, that isn't news. We all do fundamentally all the time. But you can really feel them, tap into them, flow them into your reality. Expand your options and think bigger than this one thing that has your focus narrowed to that fight, that battle, because that's done or about to be. So the best way you can speed that process up is to set the intention for it to resolve and get the hell out of that energy. That's a no-win until the energy is dropped. Yeah, still not saying that you were wrong. You weren't. You aren't. Being right isn't anywhere near as important as being happy, though. Here, the world is your oyster. And there could be a pearl coming out of that grit in your seashell. This is the end of a cycle for you, a successful conclusion and the beginning of something really, really good. Well, Group 3, wow. Thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know down in the comments if any of it resonated for you, because I really do like getting your feedback. Click on the logo here to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to turn on the notifications so that you know when I post another pick a card reading like this one. That's it for me for this week's reading. Sending you all my love and blessings. Bye now.